パート3、上級レベルの会話問題です。一つの会話を聞いて3問ずつ答える形式で全39問を練習します。それでは早速始めましょう。
Questions 1 through 3 refer to the following conversation.
All right, David, that concludes our review of the Market Outlook session. The feedback from the attendees was quite positive.
That's great to hear, Mark. I was a bit nervous since it was my first time co-facilitating a session for our executive team here at headquarters.
You did an excellent job. The guest analyst was particularly impressed with your summary of the Q&A.
Thanks. So looking at the agenda, we're a little ahead of schedule. What's next on our list for this follow-up meeting?
Right. The next point is to brainstorm improvements for the product roadmap presentation. It's crucial we get that right for the next briefing.
Okay, sounds good. I have some ideas about incorporating more interactive elements. Should we book a follow-up for next week to finalize the plan?
Number 1. Where are the speakers? Number 2. What does Mark say about the guest analyst? Number 3. Look at the graphic. What does David suggest doing next week? All right, now let's review the answers. Here's the conversation transcript. Let's start with number 1. The correct answer is A. Next, let's look at number 2. The correct answer is D. Finally, for number 3. The correct answer is B. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Questions 4 through 6 refer to the following conversation.
Hi, Kenji. Thanks for meeting me. I wanted to finalize the menu for our company's anniversary dinner.
Of course, Sarah. I have the restaurant's special menu right here. What are you thinking for the main course?
Well, I know our CEO loves seafood, so the grilled salmon sounds perfect. However, we have several employees who are vegetarian.
I see. The menu has a couple of vegetarian options. The mushroom risotto is quite popular.
That's a good candidate. What about the price? We need to keep the cost per person for the main course under $25.
Let me check. Yes, the mushroom risotto fits within that budget. The vegetable lasagna is also an option, but it's slightly more expensive.
Perfect. Let's go with the mushroom risotto for the vegetarian main then. Can you confirm that with the restaurant?
Absolutely. I'll call them this afternoon to lock in the choices. So that's the grilled salmon and the mushroom risotto.
That's right. Also, could you ask them to prepare a detailed invoice? I'll need it for our finance department by Friday.
Number 4. Who most likely is Kenji? Number 5. What does Sarah ask Kenji to do by Friday? Number 6. Look at the graphic. Which main course will be ordered for the vegetarian employees? All right, now let's review the answers. Here's the conversation transcript. Let's start with number 4. The correct answer is C. Next, let's look at number 5. The correct answer is B. Finally, for number 6. The correct answer is C. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Questions 7 through 9 refer to the following conversation.
Morning, Liam. I wanted to talk about the front desk staffing for next month. We're still short by 2 people for the evening shift.
I'm aware, Frank. The job posting has been up for 3 weeks, but we've had very few qualified applicants. It's a tough market.
I understand, but the summer season is approaching, and our bookings are already up 15% compared to last year. We can't afford to be understaffed.
I agree. I was thinking perhaps we could offer a sign-on bonus. A little financial incentive might attract more experienced candidates.
A sign-on bonus, that could work. It would be an extra cost, but the cost of service failures from being short-staffed would be much higher.
Precisely. I believe it's a worthwhile investment to maintain our service standards. I can draft a proposal outlining the costs and benefits.
Good, let's do that. Could you also check with the temp agency we used last year? They might have someone available for the short term.
Will do. I'll get on that. And the bonus proposal right away. I'll schedule a meeting for Thursday to present my findings.
Excellent. Thanks, Liam.
Number 7. What is the main topic of the conversation? Number 8. What problem does Frank mention at the beginning of the conversation? Number 9. What does Liam say he will do on Thursday? All right, now let's review the answers. Here's the conversation transcript. Let's start with number 7. The correct answer is D. Next, let's look at number 8. The correct answer is A. Finally, for number 9. The correct answer is C. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Questions 10 through 12 refer to the following conversation.
Hi, Mr. Davis. I just received a notification about your flight to the Singapore conference. It's been canceled due to a typhoon.
Oh dear, that's problematic. I'm scheduled to give the opening keynote speech. Is there any way to get there on time?
I'm looking at alternatives now. There's a flight with another airline that connects through Hong Kong. It would get you there the morning of the conference, but you'd miss the pre-conference dinner.
Missing the dinner is unfortunate, but acceptable. The keynote is the priority. What about the cost difference?
It's slightly more expensive, but it's within the travel policy limits for emergency rebooking. I can go ahead and book it if you approve.
Yes, please do. The sooner the better. We can't risk that flight filling up.
All right, I'm on it. I'll book the flight and then I'll contact the hotel in Singapore to let them know you'll be checking in a day late.
Excellent thinking. And could you also inform the conference organizers about the change in my arrival time? They'll need to know.
Of course, I'll handle all the logistics. I'll send you the new itinerary once it's all confirmed.
Number 10. What are the speakers mainly discussing? Number 11. Why was Mr. Davies's original flight canceled? Number 12. What will the woman do after booking the new flight? All right, now let's review the answers. Here's the conversation transcript. Let's start with number 10. The correct answer is A. Next, let's look at number 11. The correct answer is D. Finally, for number 12. The correct answer is B. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Questions 13 through 15 refer to the following conversation.
Hi, Brenda. Thanks for coming. I've reviewed the quotes for the new server equipment, and I have some concerns about the delivery timeline from our current vendor, TechSource.
Oh, what's the issue, Mike? Their pricing was the most competitive.
Price is good, but they're quoting a 6-week lead time. Our data center migration is scheduled to start in 4 weeks. We can't have a 2-week gap with no hardware.
A 6-week lead time is unacceptable. I'll call them to see if they can expedite, but we should have a backup plan. What about the other bidder, Global IT?
Their quote was 10% higher, but they promised delivery within 3 weeks. That would fit our timeline perfectly.
A 10% increase is significant, but a project delay would be even more costly. Let me negotiate with TechSource first. I'll stress the urgency in our long-standing partnership. Sometimes that's enough to get them to adjust.
Okay, that sounds like a reasonable first step. What's your availability to connect with them? I'd like to be on the call to explain the technical constraints.
Good idea. Let me see. I have the vendor negotiation block on my calendar. How about we call them during that time? I'm free tomorrow morning, but not during the weekly team sync.
Let's look at the schedule. The team sync is at 9 a.m., so could we do it right after that?
Yes, the 10 a.m. slot works perfectly for me. I'll send an invite to you and schedule the call with TechSource.
Number 13. What department does Brenda most likely work in? Number 14. What is the primary advantage of choosing global IT? Number 15. Look at the graphic. At what time will the speakers call the vendor? All right, now let's review the answers. Here's the conversation transcript. Let's start with number 13. The correct answer is C. Next, let's look at number 14. The correct answer is D. Finally, for number 15, the correct answer is B. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Questions 16 through 18 refer to the following conversation.
Okay, team, let's sync up on the Project Nova launch. We're 6 weeks out. Emily, how are things looking from a marketing perspective?
Hi, Chloe. The campaign materials are mostly ready. However, we're still waiting for the final list of new features from the development team to incorporate into the press release. We were expecting it last Tuesday.
Susan, can you give us an update on that? The delay is starting to compress marketing's timeline.
I know, and I apologize. We hit a snag with the data integration module. It's more complex than we anticipated. We've had to re-architect a portion of it, which has pushed our internal testing back by about a week.
A week's delay on your end means we lose a week for media outreach. That's critical. Is there any way to get us a preliminary list, even if it's not 100% final?
I can get you a list of the features that are locked in and have passed QA. I'd say about 90% of them are solid. There are 2 or 3 smaller enhancements that are still uncertain.
That's a good compromise. Emily, can your team work with a 90% complete list for now?
Yes, we can start drafting the core messaging around the confirmed features. It's not ideal, but it's better than waiting. Just please keep us updated on the remaining items.
Absolutely. I'll have that preliminary list over to you by the end of the day.
Great. So, Susan, you'll send the list. Emily, you'll start the drafts. And I want everyone to prepare for a potential budget review in 2 weeks to see if we need to allocate more resources for testing.
Number 16. What is the main purpose of the meeting? Number 17. What solution does Susan propose? Number 18. What does Chloe ask the team to do in 2 weeks? All right, now let's review the answers. Here's the conversation transcript. Let's start with number 16. The correct answer is A. Next, let's look at number 17. The correct answer is A. Finally, for number 18, the correct answer is B. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Questions 19 through 21 refer to the following conversation.
Excuse me, I need to speak with a manager. I checked out this morning and I've just seen a charge on my credit card for $300 from the minibar. It must be a mistake.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. Let me pull up your folio for room 501. Yes, I see the charge. Housekeeping reported the minibar was fully empty.
That's impossible. I didn't touch a single thing in the minibar. I was here for a conference and barely spent any time in the room.
I understand your frustration. Unfortunately, per hotel policy, charges reported by housekeeping are automatically applied. I'm not authorized to reverse a charge of this amount.
Then you need to get someone who is. This is completely unacceptable.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm David Chen, the manager. My colleague explained the situation. I can certainly look into this for you.
Thank you. As I said, I consumed nothing from that minibar.
I believe you. Sometimes the previous guest's consumption is missed and incorrectly billed to the next guest. It's a rare error, but it can happen. Let me check the service log for your room from the day before you checked in.
Mr. Chen, I already checked her stay records.
Not her stay, Tom. The stay before hers. Ah, here it is. The guest in 501 before you had the same last name. It seems housekeeping logged the charge against the wrong stay. My deepest apologies. I will reverse the full $300 charge immediately.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for resolving that so quickly.
Number 19. Why did the woman call? Number 20. According to the front desk agent, why can he not help the woman? Number 21. What does David Chen imply about the front desk agent? All right, now let's review the answers. Here's the conversation transcript. Let's start with number 19. The correct answer is D. Next, let's look at number 20. The correct answer is C. Finally, for number 21. The correct answer is C. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Questions 22 through 24 refer to the following conversation.
Hi Jessica, I submitted a purchase requisition for a new high-speed scanner for my department last week. I was expecting its approval, but I see it's been flagged in the system.
Good day, Mark. Yes, I was just about to email you about that. The requisition number 75B came to my desk for review. The issue is the cost.
The cost? It's $5,500. We have over $10,000 left in our quarterly equipment budget. It should be covered.
You're right about your department's budget. However, there's a company-wide policy that any single capital expenditure over $5,000 requires an additional layer of approval from the director.
Ah, I wasn't aware of that specific threshold. I thought it was $10,000, so it's not rejected, just needs more sign-off?
That's correct. It's not a no, it's a not yet. To move it forward, you'll need to add a business case justification to the requisition, explaining the return on investment. For example, how much staff time will this new scanner save?
I see. The new machine is twice as fast as our current one, which is nearing the end of its life anyway. It should save the team at least 10 hours a week on document processing.
That's exactly the kind of data the director will want to see. If you can add that detail into the justification field in the system, I can then escalate it for final approval.
Okay, I can do that this afternoon. So once I add that, it should go through.
With a clear ROI like that, I don't foresee any issues. The director usually signs off on well-justified requests within 24 hours.
Number 22. What are the speakers mainly discussing? Number 23. Why was Mark's request flagged? Number 24. What does Jessica imply when she says the director usually signs off on well-justified requests within 24 hours? All right, now let's review the answers. Here's the conversation transcript. Let's start with number 22. The correct answer is D. Next, let's look at number 23. The correct answer is B. Finally, for number 24, the correct answer is A. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Questions 25 through 27 refer to the following conversation.
Good morning, Global Travel. This is Ben speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, Ben. My name is Eleanor Vance. I have a booking to New York for next week, but I need to change my return flight to a day earlier. My original return is on Friday.
No problem, Miss Vance. I see your booking. So you want to return on Thursday instead. Let me just check the availability and any associated costs. One moment. Right, so there is availability on 2 flights on Thursday. I've brought up the fee schedule on my screen. The standard change fee applies, which is $100. On top of that, there's a fare difference.
A fare difference? I see. My priority is to keep the total additional cost as low as possible, certainly no more than $200 in total.
Understood. Well, the morning flight GL202 has a fare difference of $150, so with the change fee, the total would be $250.
That's a bit more than I was hoping for. What's the other option?
The evening flight GL208. The fare difference for that one is much lower. It should fit your budget perfectly.
Excellent. Let's book that one then. The evening flight is fine. Thank you for your help.
Number 25. Who most likely is Ben? Number 26. What is Eleanor Vance's main requirement for the new flight? Number 27. Look at the graphic. What will be the total additional cost for Eleanor Vance? All right, now let's review the answers. Here's the conversation transcript. Let's start with number 25. The correct answer is D. Next, let's look at number 26. The correct answer is A. Finally, for number 27, the correct answer is B. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Questions 28 through 30 refer to the following conversation.
Hi, this is Sarah from TechCorp. I'm calling about invoice 904. There seems to be a discrepancy in the service hours billed.
Hello, Sarah. This is Helen. Let me pull up that invoice. Right, I see it. It shows 40 hours of consulting work. Is that not correct?
Our records show your consultant was only on site for 32 hours last month. We have the signed timesheets to confirm this.
I see. That is a significant difference. I do apologize. Let me get my colleague from the billing department, Robert, to join us. He handles the invoicing directly. Robert, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Helen. Hello, Sarah. I'm looking at the source data now. I see the problem. The consultant logged 8 hours of remote research work, which was added to the 32 on-site hours. It appears this wasn't communicated clearly in the project scope.
Remote work? That was never part of our agreement. All work was to be performed on-site.
You are absolutely right, Sarah. This is our oversight. Robert, please issue a revised invoice immediately for the 32 hours we can verify.
Of course, I'll correct it now and email the new invoice, number 904B, to you within the hour.
Number 28. What can be inferred about Helen? Number 29. What is the problem with the invoice? Number 30. What does Helen ask Robert to do? All right, now let's review the answers. Here's the conversation transcript. Let's start with number 28. The correct answer is C. Next, let's look at number 29. The correct answer is D. Finally, for number 30, the correct answer is A.
お疲れ様でした。毎日少しずつ続けることが TOEIC 攻略の近道です。チャンネル登録で新しい動画の通知が届きます。次の問題でもまたお会いしましょう。